Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. And if you're new, hello, my name is Sammy. So I wanted to do a very back to basics thrift flip video. I think there are so many people that are just dabbling in going to the thrift stores and upcycling items for the first time that I just wanted to kind of touch base on some really easy ways to transform either thrifted finds or your old home decor. And stay tuned for a very, very important message after the second DIY. We are going to start off with this frame. You guys, frames are the easiest thing you could flip. You can find them so easily at garage sales, thrift stores. You probably have tons of them in your home that may be outdated and need a new facelift. This one I got at a garage sale, and you could see it is so dirty. I feel like the colors are a little outdated, and I know that if I painted a different color, I could probably sell it. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to clean all of that dust off of this picture frame. Like, the first thing you ever need to do with your thrifted projects or old home decor is clean the items. Oh, did you see that, dandruff? Hey, girl. So this actually had a lot of dust balls in the details of like the pots and the birds and stuff. And then I am going to take Anvil by JRV Cottage Colors. We are going to put layers of paint on our picture frame. This is a very easy way of uh, creating layers and also bringing back details. So you're going to start with your base color, usually a little bit darker. So I'm choosing the black, which is Anvil. Once that's dry, I'm going to take White Swan and we are going to put, I think I did 2 coats of White Swan over this. Once White Swan is completely dry, we are going to wipe it back. Now, it doesn't have to be this paint, you guys. If you're using Waverly, that's awesome. The only one I'm not sure about is acrylic paints. So after that, I'm going to take a baby wipe. And this is where we're going to distress it back. So you can use a baby wipe, you can use a wet washcloth, you could even use a paper towel. However, I will say that the paper towels kind of break apart a little easy and make a mess. So the more pressure you put down onto, excuse me, that top paint color, that is how much paint is going to come off. So I am only putting enough pressure down when I'm wiping it back to show that anvil color. If you want multiple layers, then press a little harder and you'll get that original color. You'll get your first layer of paint and then you'll have your third layer of paint. Lastly, I'm going to grab DIY's clear wax. Y'all, I could not bring myself to use the Waverly wax, but if it is all you have, then use it. I will say that DIY's wax is like a buttery smooth finish versus Waverly, which is liquidy and a little harder to use. But once I put this wax on, our paint is sealed. I popped in some paper. The glass was missing on it. Not a big deal. But this is a very beginner friendly thrift flip that doesn't take much effort, doesn't take much skill, and it can completely transform an item with just a couple paint colors and a baby wipe. Now, our next ones, you guys, I've had these for probably 2 years. I got them at a garage sale for I think 50 cents each. And I am going to show you an easy way of transforming these. This is for those that, are starting out and you don't have transfers yet or IOD stamps and, all of those things. We're taking it back, like I said, to the basics. So I took this apart. Anytime you're thrift flipping, take the original tags off, people. Just grab a razor blade, take it off, make it look nice, especially if you're reselling. So I am going to go back to the basics with a napkin. Yes, you guys, a napkin. I found this beautiful napkin in my stash. And what's nice is I was able to utilize both sides of it. So I am going to cut this on down and I am going to grab some smaller scissors. I am going to take all of that blank space around the florals out. I don't want any of that to show, so I will take my time and cut that out. And I wanted to let you guys know I had so many napkins that the kids created some surprise napkin packs. They come in a variety of 10, variety of sizes, and we did try and put like one season each in the napkin bundle. So check that out. They are listed on the website now, and I will refund any difference for the shipping cost if it's outrageous. So keep that in mind when checking out. All right, so I am going to finish this up, and then with napkins, depending on your napkin, it should have another ply to it. So you want to make sure that you separate the two plies. So you can see right here, I'm separating it and I'm making sure to be careful because I don't want to rip any of like the leaves that are sticking up off the sides. Once I get that down and I find my placement, I'm going to grab my liquid patina, which is a decoupage medium. Go ahead and grab your Mod Podge or whatever you have. I will say that the liquid patina is a game changer because it's not as thick. So you don't like the chances of the wrinkles and the bubbles are very slim with liquid patina. So I'm putting a coat on the piece of MDF itself, and then I'm smoothing it down with my my paper towel, my paintbrush, and then some plastic wrap. I'm gonna let that completely dry, and then I'm gonna take my finger sander going in a downward motion to get the excess napkin off. Once I do that, I'm going to seal that napkin with more liquid patina. And this is not only going to seal your napkin, but it's going to seal those edges that we sanded off too, because we don't want those lifting along the way and coming off. I'm going to clean everything and put it back together. And I thought these would look so cute with paintbrushes in them, or even like in a bathroom with toothbrushes and toothpaste, but a very easy, beginner friendly way of upcycling some thrifted items. And napkins are so very accessible to us and they are so very inexpensive. So, you guys, my big news, are you guys ready? Okay, it's coming right now. Hey everyone. So, here's the news. I went into labor early. I am 35 weeks. My water broke, but I'm not in active labor. But I do have to stay in the hospital until I either get induced or naturally go into labor. So I just wanted to update you guys that we obviously didn't plan for this. We were going to get induced at 39 weeks. I was not high risk, no signs of going into labor early or anything like that. So we do not prepare for this at all. I thought I would have a lot more time to create content before the baby came. And that's just obviously not the way it worked out. So if y'all could help me, help us out and watch old content, I'm going to put down in my description box like my binge worthy videos. If you could have that playing in the background, that would really, really, really help us out while we're in the hospital and I can't create content. And then for those of you that are ordering on the website, please, please, please give me some time. Obviously, it could be any day now, or they will induce me at 36 weeks, which is next Friday. But either way, I have to stay in here until then. I can't go home. So Please show me some grace as far as website orders go, and just keep us in your thoughts. If you pray, prayers, and all we're worried about right now is just having a healthy baby and nothing else. So, thank you guys for watching, for being here, for being on this journey with me, and I will try and keep you updated as we go and we learn more information. So, bye. Wasn't that some news to drop on y'all? Okay, so pressed metal, you guys, you are going to be able to find every time I go to the thrift store, I see pressed metal. Whether that be what do you call it? A wall pocket, a planter like I'm using. They are so easy to flip for beginners, and you can really have fun playing around with your paints and distressing. So I'm going to go with Kissing Booth. I grabbed a color from like the napkin and was like, this would look super cute. I'm going to do two coats of Kissing Booth. Now I'm going to grab a baby wipe once again. And of course, like I said, you could use a wet cloth or a paper towel. Now I am putting some pressure on here, and I am going to bring out the black. So I didn't have to put 2 layers of paint on here because I liked the original color of the tin. So I did that first. Then when I was happy with it, I put some clear DIY wax on. And the reason I'm doing this first is because we are going to put a colored wax on top of this. And I want to make sure that I can easily wipe away majority of it, so that I get a two-tone color here. So I am going to take white wax and I am going to stipple this on, meaning I am just pouncing that chippy brush up and down on this planter. I'm going to grab a paper towel and we are going to wipe this back and kind of almost like buff it out. And this will give you that like two-tone look that we used in the first DIY, but with not using multiple paint layers. This is using a wax instead to create that look. Now, if you do not have, what was I going to say? You guys, sorry, my brain is not there. Anyways, we are going to do this to the entire planter, and this is also going to seal that paint, so you don't have to put polyacrylic or anything. When you're using wax, you are sealing that paint in, and that is your absolute last step. And this is how the pressed metal looks. Again, easy beginner thrift flip. They are easy to come by at the thrift store. They make such an impact when you distress them down. You can create so many different layers with them. And I just think they're so beautiful and so fun to upcycle. Now, some of y'all might have these in your house, wall plaques. I see them everywhere. I see them at garage sales, thrift stores. Like I said, you might have some old home decor and the colors just not fitting your style anymore. Let's upcycle them. So I had previously painted these white, and then tannins came through and I never ended up doing anything with them. So now I am going to take some prom queen and I'm going to do 2 layers. So when I paint, I like to do my first layer just like a messy getting the coverage on. And then I'm trying to show you, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I am not a fan of brush strokes. And you can see the brush strokes like around this plaque. To me, and this is personal preference, I think it makes a piece look unfinished, but it is a vibe and some people love it. So, of course, do whatever makes your heart happy. But for me, since I don't, whenever I go in with my second coat, I like to stipple the paint on. And depending on what paint you're using, this could give you a smooth finish. It could give you a little texture. Since I'm using clay-based paints, this will give me like a tad bit of texture, but I'm not going to see any of those brush strokes like I did before. So try it out if you've never done it. I love it. So once these dried, I'm going to take Barnwood Old and Gray liquid patina. This is used as a decoupage medium and a wood stain, and what I'm using it for here is a glaze. So I am white or brushing this on, and before it gets a chance to dry, I'm getting that paper towel and I'm blotting it off. I wanted to create almost like an old world, kind of like French country look with these. Now, I understand as a beginner, you might not have products like these, but if you do have clear wax, you can create any custom color wax slash glaze your heart desires. All you have to do is take your clear wax and mix it with a little bit of paint color, mix that up very well, and then you can put it over your paint and it will give you that same effect. So maybe that can help you throughout your flipping journey. And of course, you guys, it's me. I have to take my gold wax out. And if you do not have gold wax right now, then you can use metallic paints and just dry brush them on. You can use rub and buff. So there are other options to achieve the same look. I prefer to put this on with my finger. I just think that it touches the details so much better. And I am going to get all of those high details and around the frame as well. You guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this beginner friendly thrift fit video. I know my OGs that already know how to flip and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. And maybe it just brought you back to kind of like the basics and what we can do with just a couple colors and waxes. But here is a side by side, you guys, of what it looks like with that old and gray liquid patina versus just the paint on its own. So take out those wall plaques, get out those embossed metal planters, and have fun. Start flipping. Start with smaller things, only a couple colors, and utilize what you have in your stash to create beautiful home decor. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.